Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Let's Talk Lego. In this episode, the trio talk about Lego classics and how Lego is remaking them. We also have a large news segment, so strap in and get ready for today's long episode. I hope you enjoy it. Hey, everybody, this is your host, Billiams Custom Bricks. I'm here with
Minifig Central.
And Brick Lucas, and today we will be talking about classic Lego sets.
Starting off, I think we just need to talk about the sets that they've made.
So recently, Lego has been remaking old sets such as Barracuda Bay, El Dorado Fortress, the Lion's Night Castle, and then the Galaxy Explorer.
And I think these have all been great remakes to start out with, and I think it's a very exciting start, and I think there's great places they can go with this remake phase.
I know they also had some gift with purchases too. Like I have the hideout. Which one? It's
Horseman Sato?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
And that one came with the castle.
Right. So we have those. Do you think they're going to make any more?
I mean, I definitely think it would be a good idea to make more. Like recently, obviously, they made El Dorado Fortress. So
Right.
I hope that means that they're going to continue making upgrades or newer versions of older sets, because I know a lot of people really want it. A lot of people have been missing those older classic themes.
Now, I do have a question. Have you guys picked up any of these sets or considered picking up any of these sets?
Well, we do have 3 Galaxy Explorers, each in a different variation. And then I have Barracuda Bay. And I also want to get El Dorado Fortress to go with Black Sea's Barracuda.
If it's all right with you, I will be getting
No.
the El Dorado Fortress.
No, I'll be getting it. Don't worry.
So it sounds like there's 2 copies coming in.
Yeah.
Oh, please. We don't have enough room for 2. We also have the gift with purchase too. Don't forget the gift with purchase.
That too, but someone will never build that.
I won't. I'm going to keep it sealed. All right. I don't see what the problem is. That's an episode for another time.
Boo.
That's an episode for another time.
But I find that interesting because my favorite out of all those classic sets is the castle set, and that's like the one that you guys like haven't seemed to allude to that. It is the higher price point out of all the sets, but I think it's by far the most epic one.
Yeah, I think it's a really great set, but I don't have $400 to spend on a castle. It looks great, but
I think it's one of the best castle builds they've done
Ever.
by far. So
I mean, it's in league with the new castle set, though. Disney Castle, I think.
yeah.
Because that one's pretty nice.
Mhm.
My favorite out of the ones they've made has been the Galaxy Explorer. Just because, I don't know, I always found it cool. Like looking at the old one as a kid and then finally getting it, but better.
my only complaint about the Galaxy Explorer is that it's too big. I just always felt like it was a bit too big.
One of the other sets you can make looks more like the old one.
Yes.
But I don't see the problem here because
I just-
this is a modernization of the old set.
I
The
just-
old set is like half the size. And I think them expanding it and making it bigger is better.
I know it's better that it's bigger. I just feel like it's too big. It's a bit too big. They could have made it a bit smaller.
For $100, it's a really good set.
Could have made it like $90. A bit smaller, a bit more to my liking.
Honestly, I had forgot that it was 100. I thought it was 150. So I think these classic Lego sets they're not called classic Lego, are they?
They're just Lego ideas.
Lego ideas. I think they have great pricing, and that mainly comes down to Lego not having to pay any licensing, and the sets that they make here are just pure profit for them. They don't have to like pay a license to make any of these sets.
Which I kind of like. I wish Lego would get back into them. Like, I know Marvel, superheroes, Star Wars, like the sitcom sets they've been doing. Like, all the licensed stuff is nice, but I really do miss the old Lego where it was just, this pirate ship or this Lego City set. Like, I feel like their Lego City has been going down. We discussed that in a previous video, but
And I think Lego's becoming too reliant on the licensing. They don't want to. Their independent stuff hasn't sold very well, and maybe that's just how it. Not fully their fault. Maybe the kids don't want independent Lego themes. I think that would be crazy, but they just haven't sold that well as the licensed themes.
I think the biggest problem is they aren't selling like the right themes. Like with these new classic sets, if they did more of those types of themes, I think they'd do a bit better.
Dreams is cool. It's got new molded pieces or whatever, but
Wastegapes.
wastegapes, yeah, they have wastegapes, which they'll spend thousands of dollars making. But they won't put them in Star Wars. Dreams is nice, but I do miss old stuff. And it's not to say that they should always just remake everything, as we've seen with Ninjago. It's been going on for a while, and I think they've remade a few sets maybe 2 times.
I do also think our point of view is a bit skewed when it comes to dreams, because I think if I was a little kid and I saw that like turtle car or whatever, I would buy that in a heartbeat. I think now that I'm older, I'm more into the Lego Star Wars, but I think Dreams is a good theme. Maybe it'll sell well, but I don't know. You can never really predict how it's going to be.
So, as we discussed before, these are in Lego ideas, these new classic sets. Shouldn't Lego just make like their own,
Independent themes for these sets, like
Right.
a space theme,
or
a pirate theme.
or even you just combine them and say Lego Classic or something. Part of me thinks they planned it, and they probably had an idea that they would sell well too,
Yeah.
especially if they market it to adults.
My only thing is I see icons as expensive premium sets. I think you couldn't do a bunch of small sets under the icon label. You're going to want to do Pirates, Castle. I think Castle would sell through the roof. I know people are just hungry to get some Castle sets.
It would be really nice. I'm one of those people, I think. It would be so nice to get miniature, like maybe like a carriage or like a siege I like something like that would be so cool. Or like a little like sloop, like pirate boat or something like that. Like more, if they do make pirates into their own theme again, they need to make like different ships. Like I play Sea of Thieves a lot, so I mess around with those type of ships a ton, and I think they need to make more of those.
And I think it comes down to Lego trying to always push boundaries, per se, of new themes, like make it more exciting. But I do kind of think there's a nice, simpler element. Because Castle, I mean, it's pretty basic. But with the streams, I mean, you can get real wacky with the things they make. So I kind of understand that. But I think simple sells well sometimes.
So what are some things that you think Lego should remake? Because me personally, I think one thing that they need to remake that they haven't made in a long time is monorails. Because they haven't had those in so long, and the parts are now super expensive, and it's hard to get like monorail sets.
Classic trains. I don't know if you guys know about those old sets. I know you do. They used to have separate models like train cars that they used to just sell, or like just locomotives. Locomotives is really the big one, because I'm kind of a train person. So, I've been waiting for another Lego locomotive that's not a Disney train.
Now, I do want to do a slight rebuttal. There has been some trains.
Locomotives.
So you want locomotive specific?
Yeah, I guess that's what I'm saying, specifically.
Well, here's the other thing. I think they need to just go back to that style of, you can buy a separate freight car or coach to go with your train. Because nowadays, if you want multiple coaches on one train, you have to get multiple of the exact same set, which can be like hundreds of dollars. And it's super expensive just to make a longer train.
But that's also a good business decision.
Yes, but it'd also be a good business decision to make them separate, because then more people will want to buy multiple, because they'll think about it as, I'm not going to have a bunch of extra engines.
I just remembered they're making the Orient Express from Murder on the Orient Express, Agatha Christie's book. So we are getting locomotives, I think I'm pushing for a more affordable one.
Well, speaking of remakes, my mind always goes to Star Wars. I was wondering really quick if you guys had any Star Wars remakes you want.
Well, one I've wanted for so long, even when the rumor came out that was fake, is the V-19 Torrent. It's like one of the best ships, and I've wanted it for so long, but they only made one.
Mine was the E-Wing, but we'll get to that in a minute.
I personally just really want that dropship, ATT dropship. And that set sells so well nowadays. It's literally going for $1,000. So
Especially if they made it like compatible with a ATD.
You don't think people would be mad that they spent $1,000 on the old one and then the new one comes out?
Well, that's just how it is. I mean, that happens all the time. So
True.
And besides, then people can see it like, oh, I've got the old one and the new one. I can compare them.
Right. The price would definitely drop, right? You think?
I don't know, when remakes happen, old ones still hold value just because it's a specific model.
And
Right.
sometimes they go up because more people want that set. Yeah.
Yeah,
if
what
it's better.
If the old one's better than the new one, they're gonna buy the old one. All right. With that, I think it's time we segue into the news with Minifig Central.
Man, what a news week. So many leaks. It's going to take a while, so strap in. So first, I want to do a GCC leak. Well, it's more news now. So the GCC drop's going to be this Friday, the 21st. This episode's probably going to come out after the fact, but maybe you can run to the website after hearing. So it's going to be at 8 a.m. PDT, which, what is that?
I've got no idea.
Specific daylight time. So adjust for whatever time region you're in. And this is the official list of the drop. So we got Captain Gray, which is a new variant because he has the printed pauldron. He's going to be $26. He comes with an official helmet. We have Captain Hauser, also a new variant with the printed pauldron and an official helmet. $26 again. And the Motherly Senator, which is the Padme from the Lego Star Wars game, the pregnant Padme. And we have the Umbara Operative ARC Trooper for $24. Gustavo Fring, $20. The 91st Grunt, $18. The 442nd Grunt, $18. And then we have a replica 5s and Echo helmet restocking. And the 212th helmets are restocking. I know if you're upset about that printing, you might want to snag some of those. And we have the Apple helmet restocking, the Yellow Clone Commander Phase 2 helmet restocking, and the regular Phase 2 helmet restocking. And that is it. So is there any standouts for you guys that you potentially want to pick up?
Well, I've been waiting for that Phase 2 Commander with the yellow. I've been waiting for that one. I'm definitely going to be grabbing that.
And I know you've seen the Umbara Operative ARC Trooper. How do you feel on the coloring on that one?
I'm still holding out hope that it's just a prototype figure and that they're going to change the color. But if that's not the case, I mean, I don't know. It's the least of my concerns, I guess. It still looks awesome because now we have images of the arm printing. So,
And the last GCC news is there will not be an August drop. So I believe his name is pronounced Yosan. He is finishing school, so he's not going to be able to have a drop in August because he's going to be finishing up, but he's gearing up for a really big restock in September. So a bunch of stuff's going to be coming out.
but we'll give you that news when it happens.
And now to the Lego news, which there's just as much news. So the big news for all you Harry Potter fans this week is Gringotts. And I know between me and Billiam's Cups and Bricks, there's been a lot of debate over the set. So Bill, why don't you start us out on the set?
Wow. I know some of you disagree with me, and I'm going to show the image on screen for all of you listening. I'll just describe it to you. It looks like a lamp.
No,
I'm-
it doesn't.
It looks like a lamp.
It
The
might
shape.
be shaped like a lamp, but it does not look like a lamp.
Okay, that's fair. The shape is of a lamp.
I am actually really excited about this set because I have Diagon Alley, and if I can put this next to Diagon Alley, that would be great.
It's great to get the mines and the actual building. So you say you want to display next to your Diagon Alley, boom, put the building. Maybe you just want to display it independently. You got the mines and then you got the building. It's going to look so epic together, and it's going to be a major focal point on anyone's show.
It's definitely better than the original Gringotts that they made a long time ago with the older Diagon Alley because it's got everything you would need in that set. And it's just perfect. Great minifigures, great part selection, great design.
The dragon looks
The
nice.
dragon's great too.
How many vaults do they have? Just 2?
I think like three vaults. And you can use gears to stop the cart at each different vault. So
It's great
definitely
for you have like custom characters that can have their own vault.
and definitely one of the best Harry Potter sets of all time, I'd say.
That's a big claim. I mean, Diagon Alley was pretty amazing.
That's why I said one with that.
Oh, okay.
And to transition, we're going into a very awful build. I'm pretty sure nobody had excitement about the set when it first was rumored. The pictures made it even more disappointing. So here we have some are calling Cursed Chewie, a Chewbacca buildable figure. So you can look at that, maybe look away at that.
You don't have to look at the screen for this one. It's okay.
So yeah, that's coming out. If you're interested, it'll probably go on sale soon. So if you want to hold out, go ahead.
Our biggest hope is that the moment it comes out, it's going to go right on sale. That's our big hope. You know,
I mean, I don't, that's not very realistic, but
it's a man can dream.
it might be like the Black Panther bust, but you know.
I like the possibilities of it, though. I mean, if they continue down this trail of buildable figures, we could see some pretty cool stuff.
I think this one's going to make the team dead because it's going to be a failure. Nobody's going to buy it. So I think you're out of luck there.
Like I said, man can dream.
But Lucas briefly mentioned the Black Panther bust is on sale. So if you are interested in that set but didn't want to pay the high price tag, maybe check online. You can get a really good deal on that set.
If you're really in need of some black pieces and maybe some purple and some chrome, you can go ahead and grab that as scrap. I would.
And next up we have I believe it's pronounced the Toppity.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
This is for the highly anticipated Marvels movie. The Marvels.
Right.
And the ship, you get all the Marvels. If you like it, go ahead. I think most people will be passing on this. But
I mean, the ship looks nice.
The ship does look nice.
I think the main draw for me is the little cats. Love those pieces.
There's 3 great cats, so you have to watch out for them.
If we look inside, you can see a kitchen. Oh, wait. No,
Unfortunately, I have all of them, but I already have all those cat pieces, but you know, it's fine.
All right, now for all you Star Wars fans, the good news. We have officially gotten pictures of all the Ahsoka wave. We had the Ghost last week, and now we have the Ahsoka Tano T6 Jedi Shuttle. This one's going to be $80. It looks awesome, and Bill, let me transition right to you.
I am excited for Ahsoka. Ahsoka had so much set potential when I saw the trailers, and I knew they were gonna hit it right out of the park. Just getting out of the way, I don't think there's any differences between this and the old one, right?
The coloring's different, obviously, but
right. Okay, so you could potentially use this in a Republic setting, right?
Yeah.
So I think that makes it even better.
Yeah, more versatile. This set's going to come with 4 figures. You get Sabine, Ahsoka, what's the droid's name?
I don't know how to pronounce it, but we'll put it up on screen.
And another Inquisitor. So they look awesome, going to be honest. Besides, I am a bit disappointed in the droid, so I don't know if we want to go right into that debate. But,
I think I kind of expected it to be a figure with a big head, but at the same time, the head looks accurate. And I think that's the best we can get from Lego. So I'm not disappointed, but I know some of you guys are.
Yeah.
I was very disappointed. I was thinking we were going to get another molded droid, which they've always hit out of the park. But instead, we just get a figure. And honestly, he could have even used a cloth piece, but they didn't do that, of course. And yeah, that's my main gripe with this set. The build looks awesome. All the rest of the figures are awesome. That new Inquisitor, I mean...
So I have a theory. I know this shouldn't be part of news. This is a theory, but I have a theory about that new Inquisitor. With Ahsoka's story, I think Ahsoka's going to be about her reconciling with the past, maybe? I'm not sure, but I have a hunch that the new Inquisitor is going to be Bear Safi.
This one pictured.
Yes.
That would be interesting.
I think not only shock value or nostalgia, but I think it would tie in perfectly with Ahsoka.
I mean, this figure, Bear Safi could show up. He has the big shoulder. It looks like a guy to me, I'm going to be honest, because it's got the shoulder pads. It's supposed to be, you know how they put the shoulder pads to make for bigger figures. So I don't know if I'm fully in line with that theory, but I could see her potentially showing up in the show.
See, I always thought she was the Inquisitor from Rebels, that one that tracks down Ezra and Sabine.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, interesting theory. We'll have to see if she shows up, if that's her, and yeah. And next up, I know this is Will's favorite set out of the Ahsoka sets, and once again, I'll hand it off right to him.
All right, so let's get started on this one. We have the New Republic E-Wing versus Shin Hati's Starfighter for $110, releasing September 1st. I don't know where to start. E-Wing is probably my favorite Legends ship, so it's pretty great seeing it in a new set. And I have the old one too that came with Jack 14. And I mean, this new one looks smaller than that one, so I think that's more of a draw because the old one was pretty big.
Well, I think the old one was based off of a different version because they look very different.
I think it was customized, is the point. So the set comes with 4 figures, including a droid. We have, now I don't know how to pronounce her name, but she's from The Mandalorian. We saw her in that episode that included Ahsoka. They battled over the Beskar spear, and Ahsoka asked her the location of Thrawn. So it's cool to see her return in a set. It's really unexpected, I think. We have the other Sith Jedi. I don't know. They're not really Jedi, but they're not Sith. I don't know how to... They're not gray Jedi either, I don't think. But I don't remember his name. But I know his last name is Skull, because it's Skull and Hadi. That's another cool fact. Skull and Hadi are Norse mythology figures that chase the sun and the moon to change it to day and night. So I think that's actually a really cool tie-in. Balin's skull. Okay. And then Morgan Elsbeth is the other figure. And it also comes with Captain Porter and a New Republic astromech droid, which is another cool tie-in because that is an R9 series, which is also Legends. It's also kind of based lightly off of an old R2 figure, like action figure. So it's really cool to see that. Aside from the new E-Wing, we also get Hadi's ship, which is a nice red and yellow. Heavily, I think, based off of a World War II fighter plane, which is a really nice design and sticks right into Star Wars, I think.
So yeah, I think this set's pretty awesome. Once again, have a minor gripe. If we look at the lightsabers, they should be trans neon orange. I mean, this is just a simple thing to fix. I don't know why Lego just can't get these simple things right, but
it seems like they're avoiding both orange and yellow.
And it's an easy change, and maybe this comes down to concept art or something, but it's just another blunder in Lego set making. It's just disappointing. It's something easy to fix, but it's the small stuff that bugs me sometimes.
But yeah, other than that, I think it's perfect.
Well, one thing that I think isn't quite perfect. I mean, it might be different in Ahsoka's show. Maybe it's slightly modified E-Wing, but in most E-Wings that I've seen, the droid is actually inside the ship and doesn't stick out of the top. Obviously, they did it so that, you can see the astromech droid and you can put him inside, but, just a bit of an inaccuracy.
I think it's Lego moving, or not Lego. I think it's Star Wars moving on to something new. I think they're just making it their own thing. They're still bringing over the E-Wing. It's just not entirely the same. Like, there's no top turret. And on Jack 14s, there's a droid slot. I think the droid slot makes it look nicer, too. It kind of ties it in with the X-Wing.
We'll see. They have them inside for extra protection. I mean, I'm pretty sure in the trailer you see him pop out of the top and whatnot, but you also see him go inside, so...
So maybe it's the Lego set that's inaccurate.
Yeah.
So what I'm hearing is we're going to have to wait and see the show to determine this inaccuracy or not.
And the thing is, they come out right before the show, too.
Right.
So, so that's that set. And I think, personally, I'll be buying 2.
2 quick things. I don't know if you guys know, but I'm a huge Lego Star Wars pilot fan, so I'm really loving this pilot figure because you get a different helmet color and a new pilot's always great. And second thing, I was finding a picture of the Inquisitor that we're talking about, and his name's Merrick, and he does look a lot slimmer in the show than the Lego figure, so I think your Barasafi theory could be in line, so we'll have to see what happens there.
Marok always could be a code name, so it also could just be her just using the code name.
Right, I was mainly referring to the body type. It could definitely be her, so we'll have to see. And that's all we have for the news.
Which is a lot of news, which I'm very happy about because we love it when there's tons of news here, especially when it's good news.
Yes.
Really good news.
I think there was only the Chewbacca and the Hoppity was like the only bad news, but the other good news kind of really washed out that. So
yeah, my wallet's gonna be hurting.
Yeah, so count your pennies. Make sure you're walking places, save on that gas money, and good luck, everyone.
I mean, if you think about it, the Ghost also comes out September 1st, right?
Yep.
And I want to get the Ghost. And how much is that again?
I think that's 160.
So 160 for the Ghost, 110 for the E-Wing, and then 80 for the shuttle. That's like $400 something.
And you have GCC drops next in there. So.
And you have GCC drops. So this is going to be an expensive next few weeks.
And you have the August 1st wave coming out.
Don't
2
even
weeks.
mention that. That's not going to be too bad.
Depending on what sets you're getting, it's not too bad. The September 1st is going to be the heavy hitter.
All right. Well, with that, let's wrap up this episode. Thank you two for coming along again.
Yes, thank you for listening.
And we'll see you all in the next episode.